Hello my lovely crafters, this is Crafty Sue 519. Welcome to my channel. What a week. I would like to thank all of my returning subscribers for supporting me, even though I haven't been on here very much lately. I so appreciate it. And you're what makes me keep coming back. And anyone who may be new, I hope you enjoy it here and like the things I do and keep coming back. Alrighty, what are we going to do today? Well, you know I got that new paper pumpkin kit, and it's been on my mind, and I just haven't had time to play around with cards. So I have no hauls today, and I don't have a lot of makes. I have a little bit, and no Happy Mail. So none of that stuff for today. So this morning I decided to play with my paper pumpkin kit, and I made the 3 cards that they recommend that you make with the kit. So I'll show you the ones I made. I'm going to move this out of the way. So these are the 3 that they give you the instructions for, and the kit makes 9 cards. So if you're afraid of making cards, this is maybe something you would enjoy, getting something like this, because it's very easy. Till you make a mistake like I did, and I'll show you that in a minute. Alrighty, so here's the first card. Let me show you up close. This is the first card that they give you instructions on making, and here's mine. Just like theirs, I did everything like they did it, even put the gems in the same spots. The only thing I did not do was use their sentiments. I don't like the sentiments that came with this card kit, so I just got my own. So the second one is this Calypso Coral color. And that's very pretty, and I made that card. Isn't that pretty? Pretty. Easy. So easy with the instructions. And then the last one was this Knight of Navy card, and I made it, and just everything is exact except I changed up the sentiments. This one is exactly the same because this came like that, and I can use Hello Friend, but I mainly make birthday cards, so I just turned this into a birthday card. And I think even with the dark color, the Knight of Navy color, I could even use this for a guy's card. I really think I could. What do you think? Just because of the color. So, anyhow, one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube is Paper Pumpkin Alternatives, where people go rogue with these kits. They don't make what the kit recommends. They go out and make their own type things. Well, one thing that bothered me with this kit, not with this one, I think these Knight of Navy card bases are great. I wouldn't change a thing with that. But these two, what a waste of paper. Look how beautiful they are. So, this is what I'm going to do. Help. I hope it works. I have not tried this before, so if I mess up again, you'll see it as I do it. So I'm cutting the back off because I'm going to keep that piece of paper to be able to use on another card. So that's 4 1/4 inches. So I put it at 4 1/4, and I'm cutting that off. And then what am I going to do with this? Well, I got some white card bases ready, and I'm going to glue that directly to the front of the white. That way, I've got more paper for more cards. And I think the paper's pretty, and I like it, and I can use it for other stuff. So I'm just going to put this directly onto the white card base. Now I have the same exact card. But I have, just pushing it all down good, making sure it glues well. Now I have this extra piece of paper. Love it. So let's do that again, because I'm going to do the same thing with a Calypso Coral one. Bring it to 4 1/4 inches. Cut off that paper. Have a nice piece of paper to use on more cards. Grab just a regular white card base and glue this to the front of it. Now, who would know the difference that the whole thing would have been the same card base if you don't tell anybody? You just glue it right to the front. Takes up the whole front. I'm rushing, so I'm not being perfect. I'm not perfect anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. There we go. So let's just push down on it. And you have your card. You have your 2 extra pieces of paper, and you have the cards just like on the instructions, except the back is white. Now I can put my Made by Crafty Sue stamp on here, which it wouldn't have showed up very well on this DSP paper. So there you go. How's that for an idea? Save paper and be able to make more cards. So that wasn't very good. No worries. So that was that. But as I was working on these, I messed up. I was making this card. Let's see which one this was supposed to be. This was the first one, I think. It was supposed to be this card. But look what I did. I took this big sentiment and put it here before realizing I was supposed to put a vase. Well, I wasn't going to throw this away because I messed it up. You know, I didn't leave enough space to put a vase. So now, here's my little alternative to be able to still use this because I really like it. I'm not going to throw it away. So what I did, and when you do alternatives with paper pumpkin, you go and use anything you have in your stash. You don't have to stick totally to what comes in the kit, but you use part of it. So I got a Calypso Coral card base, and then I took a Night of Navy, and these are the colors that are in the kit, and I embossed this. Can you see all the texture on that card? This is the new, oh, I forgot the name of it. I think it's Cane something or other. That came with the fishing kit I got the other day that I made the boys' birthday card with. And I will give you an update on their birthday and Grumpy's doctor visit the other day. So I'm going to put this as a background. And I like lots of glue on my cards, especially when they're embossed. And now I will center this as best I can, which is one of my worst things to do. Ugh. I don't do the greatest job at getting this centered. But you know what? Good enough. Good enough. So then I'm going to take this piece that I messed up and put it in the center here. But I'm going to put it up on dimensionals to give some dimension to the cards. And I'm not cheesy with my dimensionals. I watch some of these demonstrators and they put so little glue on their cards. Or if they're using tape runners or whatever, they put so little. And I wonder, how the heck is that going to stay together? How is that going to work? Let me get these off. Sorry if I'm out of camera. So the boys turned 13 yesterday. Had a very, very small birthday party for them last night. I felt so bad. My son and daughter-in-law didn't want to do a big party because they're leaving on their trip to Europe and their Mediterranean cruise next Thursday. So they just invited family, which was Grumpy and I and my nephew Nick and his family. Well, Grumpy didn't want to go, so he stayed home. And Nick's family, his 2 kids were sick, so they didn't want to bring them over because they were sick. And their other grandfather went to Miami for some work. So the only people who came were the 2 grandmas. Just the 2 grandmas. I just put that in the center. I felt so bad because at one point Jacob came to me and he said, Meme, no one came to my birthday party. Oh, I felt so bad. I says, yes, someone came. Your 2 grandmothers came, and we will always be here for you. But we had a nice time anyhow. They were busy playing with their new video games. And oops. I'm going to be putting this across as just as a little decoration. Pick up the yellow in here, but I need to put dimensionals on the end because this is raised. So that's what I'm doing now. So they had a good time with their video games, and we had tons of food. They wanted pizza for their birthday dinner. Where'd my other one go to? And of course they both wanted something totally different. So my poor son ran to 3 different pizza places to get pizza for everybody, because each boy wanted a different type of pizza. And my son wanted a different kind. So we had 3 different pizza we could choose from to eat. Now this I'm just going to put across here and put it as even as possible. It's a little hard when I'm trying to keep this in frame. And I also, nope, not high enough. I can't talk and do this at the same time. There we go. And I could have put a little glue here too, but I think it's going to be just fine the way it is. And to finish dressing it up, I made this little gold bow, and I probably should just use a glue dot for it, but I'm not going to go digging for them right now. And I just put that little bow over to the side. Look how cute that is. Yay, saved it. Saved it. So here is my alternative. Cut a piece of white paper. Now what I can do is cut a piece of this to put here. Let's see, we'll cut up a piece 1/2 inch. Could do bigger, but I don't want to in case I want to use this paper for something else. And that's 5 1/4 long. I don't know what I want to put on for a sentiment yet in the middle, so, and on the inside. So I'm not going to do that right now. Just a little of that. That adds some color to the inside of the card. Don't you just not like plain cards on the inside? Even a strip of paper makes all the difference. There we go. And this is my little trick where I'm using index cards for the inside of my cards and not using cardstock. Costs a lot less, you save money, and they work perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. There we go. And when I decide what I want to put as a sentiment on the inside, I'll do that. So what do you think? Did I save it? Did I save it? So that's my alternative. Then I showed you how to cut off the backs of the cards and put them on white cardstock. And the other thing you can do, in this particular case, they came with these beautiful envelopes. Beautiful envelopes. Well, I took one and cut it up. And I cut it into 3 pieces. I took the front and cut a piece from it, and the back. I just cut that into another piece that I can use on a card, and I cut this. I left this little blue because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not, but then I'll straighten it out when I use it on another card. But using up the envelopes on alternatives is very, very popular. Very popular. So, yeah, I ended up with something for Saturday Mishmash after all. I didn't think I was going to, but I did. I did. So a little update on Grumpy. He went to the doctor on Thursday. That was my crazy day with so many things to do. So I dropped him at his doctor. I had a doctor appointment like 15 minutes after his. Fortunately, mine was just up the street. So I ran to my appointment. Fortunately for me, they took me right away. I couldn't believe it. I was actually in and out. It was just my eye doctor appointment. And I was in and out of there before my actual appointment time. I couldn't believe it because this place is usually insane. Insane. But anyhow, I got out and I called Grumpy and I says, "Are you done?" And he said, "No." He says, "They're gonna have to rewrap my legs." So I said, "Oh boy." I says, "Okay, I'm on my way." He said, "Well, come in a room with me." And I said, "All right." So I got there and they brought me back to his room and he was just sitting there and I said, "So what's going on?" And he says, "Well, the doctor wants to talk to you." I said, "Okay." So she came and I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm looking at the gems and trying to decide if I want to put some on the card. So she just came in and she said how much better his foot was doing. She took a picture of the bottom of his foot and made him show it to me. And it's getting better. He's getting some pink skin again and it's healing. It's getting there. It's getting there. So I'll put a couple. And unfortunately, for both of us, he had to have both legs rewrapped with the medicated gauze, and he has to take the antibiotic again. for another week, which is making him sick to his stomach because it's very, very strong. So his both legs are wrapped again. He's got those clunky shoes to wear, and he can't drive for another week. And there's a very good possibility that the one leg, the one that was really, really bad, will need to be wrapped again next week. So she said, prepare yourself for that, because it may be another week after that. So that means I have to do everything again. Again, I'll tell you, I'm exhausted. I'm not used to doing all this running around and going to stores. I hate going to grocery stores. Absolutely hate it. And half the time he wants food out, so I have to run out and get that. And, you know, it's just been a crazy, whoops, little box fell down. Just been a crazy few weeks. So I haven't been doing very much. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is, right? We can only do as much as we can do. So this is my Saturday mishmash. It went a little longer than I expected because I really didn't think I was going to have anything for you. So I hope you enjoyed my little paper pumpkin stuff. Tell me what you think of the cards. Did I save this card okay? And Grumpy's doing fine. It's just going to take a little longer. Just going to take a little longer than we were hoping for him to be able to put shoes on again. So, all right. I'm wishing you all a very, very, very wonderful weekend. And until next time, be creative, have fun, do something just a little bit naughty. Love yous. Bye.